To start off the entire discussion, how do you feel about going ahead with investments here on?
It's a situation where one needs to be cautious, but at the same time optimistic as well. Instead of just managing money on an ad hoc basis, understand, plan, prioritize why are we putting the money, for what purpose are we putting the money, what is the time frame of this money that we are going to invest for. Think a little bit about that, and in a structured manner, it's time to sow seeds again.
Right, let me first ask this lady, you are a housewife, ma'am?
I'm a school teacher.
Okay.
My name is Mrs. Sudha Menon.
Where would you need the maximum help when it comes to saving more to be able to make the right kind of investments as well?
Well, I've got to cut down on my shopping, which I love doing, and also on traveling.
All right, we have a doctor in our midst as well. Doctor, but what about your investments? Are they in place?
My investments are in place, but I've lost some money in the share market. In fact, my query to our expert today would be, is it the right time to get into the share market?
We keep getting this question over and over again. How does one play the equity markets at this point?
There's a standard rule. When you have 100 rupees and if you think you want to put it into equities, into the stock market directly, you never put all the 100 rupees on day one on the same day. We can't time the market. We don't understand what's going to happen. Nobody can predict what's even going to happen an hour later. So if you've got your 100 rupees, instead of putting it in today and seeing the market crash by another 20% or 10%, and then you feel that your 100 has become 80, if you just spread this money over a 6-month period, one, of course, you'll get an average price, or the other thing which will happen is even if there is an 80% correction, it's only that much allocation that you've put in which will be corrected by that 20%, but not the whole portfolio.
Right. How many of us participate actively in the equity markets over here? You do? Right. We had another gentleman who is a retired employee. So your name is?
My name is Ashley.
And you were just telling me a while ago that you've invested actively in mutual funds.
Yes, I did, and I'm not getting any returns.
Right. In a situation like this, when you've just retired, you've invested actively in mutual funds, and now we've seen that kind of erosion. Now is the time that you really need that money, Karthik.
Can I just ask you an extension question? Have you put all your money into an equity mutual fund?
Say about 30% in mutual funds and 10% in the savings and a little in post office.
And the other 60% is in post office?
Yes.
Number one, because you're already retired, you need to depend on a cash flow. That's one. Second, you need that cash flow to increase every year. And the third, you obviously want the cash flow to move in line with your lifestyle's expenditure. Do not get locked into any kind of an investment product which is going to block your money. In my personal opinion is you should always keep the corpus liquid, very flexible, so that you can increase your outflow when you want it, you can decrease it when you don't want it.
Where do I invest? How do I invest?
Where do you invest is the question. Now that the money is going to come out from the post office, now where does he put that money?
Okay. You can have the benefit of investing into your same FD kind of a product, your same postal kind of a product, but do everything through mutual funds. Because through mutual funds, you don't only get equity, you get bond funds. You can invest in income funds, you can invest in corporate paper, you can do a lot of things.
Okay.
But the greatest advantage is it is far more tax efficient for you. At the same time, it is totally liquid. You can get your money out in 3 days, your total money.
Right. We have a question over here as well.
I'm not agreeing with what Karthik is saying.
Sure.
Because whatever I have invested in the fixed deposits 2 years before, and at the same time when I invested in the mutual funds, at least I am getting some return.
You are comparing an equity mutual fund to a fixed deposit, right? That's a wrong comparison. See, mutual fund does not mean equity mutual fund only. Mutual fund, you go to a portfolio that has a bond portfolio.
Right. What about the ladies over here? Sorry, you have a question? Sure.
I have just 1 year back retired, and my daughter is going to get a medical degree within 2 months. I have put my money in fixed deposit. Now, to start her clinic, should I break my fixed deposit and give her the money, or should I ask her to take personal loan from banks and start her clinic? I'm in dilemma.
Right. Can we solve this dilemma for the gentleman?
See, this is a very emotional thing. I think differently, you will think differently, all of us will think differently. But I'll tell you what I think. I think a parent's responsibility ends when you complete giving education and strength to your children to fly. Okay? Then let them fend for themselves.
The lady over here doesn't agree. One thing, Karthik. The lady over here is laughing at this. Tell me why. Yeah, sure. We will come back.
I'm feeling a sense of relief.
Yeah, you're feeling a sense of relief.
Well, sorry, I mean, like I said, that's my personal view, you see. If she's going to set up a clinic, And if the family money is only your fixed deposit money, you put the money into a clinic, is she going to make you a partner in the business?
I don't
No,
know.
I mean, I'm being very,
We
very...
have not talked yet.
Though it's a family thing, I'm being very practical about it. How are you going to live? See, today you're thinking you're going to depend on the interest that you will get from your fixed deposit, right?
Yes, correct.
So if you're not going to get the interest, are you going to get a share in the business that she's going to run? That's an important question which you and your daughter need to answer amongst yourselves.
We have another question over here as well, Karthik.
My name is Dr. S.R. Agarwal. I have two types of investment. One is for a charitable trust and one is a personal investment. In charitable trust, I invest 50% in the FD, 50% in the mutual fund. In case of personal surplus money, I am investing 60% in the shares and 40% in the mutual funds.
Please clarify, when you say mutual funds, are you talking equity mutual fund? Are you talking bond mutual fund? What are you talking
The
about?
bond mutual fund, and I am investing through a consultant. I am not investing my own.
So you are investing into bond funds, basically.
Bond funds.
So that means your allocation is 60% equity, 40% non-equity.
In case of personal surplus money.
In case of personal surplus.
And in case of a trust, it is 50% FD only, 50% in the mutual fund. In the last 3 years, from 2005 to 2008, there was almost 100% growth in both shares as well as mutual fund.
Okay.
In this year, everything has gone down.
It's gone down
drain.
60-70%.
And now I'm completely confused. Even consultant is also at a standstill. He is not advising much.
Now, let me tell you a few, 2-3 examples. In the months of October, November, December, that last quarter, we have seen in our own Indian scenario, mutual funds, gold has given almost about 60% returns. In the last 8 to 9 months, do you know that bond funds have given you more than 12-14% returns? Let me answer your mutual fund question. Okay, I want to take you back to 2000, and that I think should give peace to a lot of people. You see, go back and look at a lot of mutual fund schemes that we have in our own Indian scenario. I'm talking equity mutual funds. What was the worst time you could have invested the last time? April of 2000. That's the time we had the IT boom and then the subsequent crash. So between the period of February to April of 2000, February, March, April, those 3 months, the stock market was the highest. It was the last peak. Had you invested into an equity mutual fund at that time, from there, obviously the values fell. After 4 years, that is in 2004, the value of those same mutual funds almost doubled in 4 years' time, and the boom had not even started. Then the second boom did not even start in 2004. It all started, like you said, from 2005 and 6, correct? From 2004 to 2008, it doubled again.
Double, correct.
So if you had invested at the worst time of April 2000, your investment is still 4 times today, in today's crashed market. Okay, in January of last year, it had doubled again. So you were actually at 8 times, instead of 8 times, you're at 4 times. But 4 times a multiplier of money in an 8-year period is still a return of 15 to 17%, which is still by far the best return that you can get, and that is the best asset class to be in.
Equities is the best asset class even at this point in time when we are seeing the markets go their way they are. We are at this Housing Society in a special episode of Smart Money. As we go into election mode, people want to know what exactly the next government can do for them and how their investments are going to pan out.